I I have to tell what I believe to be a true story right now. When my wife was out with her mother, I got done watching well, almost done. It's almost watched the whole thing. It's a video before she gets home. So I'm like, I gotta talk to her about this video because this just doesn't seem right at all that something like this could actually happen in my country. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. So I say, listen, you gotta hear the whole story before you say anything. Okay. Uh, so I say, okay, this guy's driving in this truck. He gets pulled over by the cops. Cops come to the door asking for his license and registration. He says, no. What are you pulling me over for? Which, you know what I mean? He didn't do it in the nicest of ways, but he didn't do it in a big dickish way. You know, if you're getting pulled over and you have to give proof to them on who you are, you think you want proof on what you did. You know what I mean? Anyways, my wife stops me. She's like, "You didn't have to be a dick." It's like, no, you gotta hear the whole story. I understand you sound like a dick. So I try to continue longer, right? I'm like, so he doesn't want to give his license. And the cop finally tells him why he pulled him over. Says you were doing 71. I clicked you with the banger. Guy goes, I wasn't speeding. Can you show me? Can you show me where you got me at 71? Because I don't believe you. It's kind of, and then my wife's like, no, if she just could have ended it, if he would have just been nice, handed over his license, and it was just nice. And I'm like, you don't get it. You've been groomed to think that you have to fucking drop everything because authority tells you to. When all this guy's asking for is, hey, just let me know what I did wrong before I have to give you my information. You give me yours. You want to charge me with something, so you give me the proof. Anyways, the cop, my wife was just going on, and she just he didn't have to be. I'm like, just listen to the fucking huge fight. Like, I'm gonna post this video up on my thing, so if you want to go to my community page or whatever, go check it out. But try to explain to her. How can you charge somebody when you don't have to give them the proof? And the cop was being a dick saying he didn't have to give him the proof. So you guys go to court, spend all this time and all this money, even though you've been pulled over for what you believe is bullshit. So your time and money's being wasted there. And this cop doesn't have to give proof on what he did. You think that's okay, Joanna, because he just didn't want to hand over his license willy-nilly. Like a huge fight. How the fuck do you have a fight over that? Well, I have a fucking opinion. I'm like, you wouldn't even let me finish the story and ask you a question. Like, hey, if you should have to show proof, shouldn't they have to show proof too? But instead, this guy gets a fucking ticket saying he was speeding. You got to see the video because it's even better. Because there's another cop that comes in and he's cool with the other cop, and he's like, "You just go see if his fucking little speedometer says 71. Can you fucking can you show me that this guy isn't a fucking liar? Because I wasn't going 71 and I fucking know it. Like this is a whole lot of stupid. Like what the fuck? It even gets better. The video gets better because Well, this guy does come ask for it because he does start asking erratically. He goes to grab for his wallet like this, and the cop does pull the old gun out on him, right? Opens up his door. Can't really blame the cop the way he did, but see, it all escalated. It should never have got this far. The cop wasn't trying to pull a heavy. Like, why don't you just show the proof? Like, "Hey, bud, you're going 71." Shouldn't you have to show proof as a cop anyways? But that's where we are as society. "Hey, you do as we fucking tell you to, and if you don't like it, we'll make you suffer even more. Because right now you got a court date for something I'm not willing to prove that you did." If you wanna fight it, if you wanna make it easier, just pay it and admit your guilt. And even though I never had to show proof. That's what this world's all fucked up for. They want you all fucked up in your head, thinking trauma, trauma, trauma. Nobody wants to answer fucking questions. That's what it was. Cop wouldn't answer this guy's questions. What the fuck are you all about, man? Why can't you show me the proof? Like, why are you trying to make me feel like I'm the fucking dirtbag? You're upsetting me on purpose. Of course I'm gonna tell you to fuck off. I don't think I did it, and you won't give me the proof, but because you fucking say so, I get to go to court. Anyways, what I was wanting to come on and do a video about was, you know how I came on with the wig and I did the video about how we should stick up for women's sports, and I don't regret any of that shit. So I really do believe there's a problem with women's sports. Like I've seen it. There's women getting punched out by men in boxing. But this one from the Olympics, it's kind of interesting. Like I said in my other video, maybe I don't know all the information. Maybe I shouldn't have talked shit. Turns out it's like an anomaly or something. You have to look into it yourself. But there's a video. This woman has a vagina and it wasn't surgically put there. She could have a baby and she has periods. On top of that, like I said, I seen a video where, well, she got beat by a woman. And apparently, according to my wife, her record, she has 9 losses. So can you imagine that? Everybody knows that you're different and you're still in there because you grew up as a woman. And everybody, like, we're all clashing heads because the information isn't out there. You know what I mean? Nobody's saying, hey, this is a real woman. Like, she can have a baby. Like, shouldn't that tell you, like, at least maybe? But the thing is that there's that blurred line because we all do know that fucking it is going on. Like, there's this woman weightlifter champion. She got into it to get rid of her alcoholism. She really pushed forward. She put everything she had into the sport. And now she's kicked out of it for saying she doesn't think she should have to compete against men. Like, are you kidding me? Somebody who made something bad out of their life into something good, and then it gets stolen by a man. Doesn't seem fair. I think you should be able to have the opinion, "Hey, hey, listen, little feller, if you got a doo-doo between your legs, you, you come at an advantage more than me. We shouldn't be competing against each other, but the mentally ill ones are the ones that get to make the rules around here, I guess. I don't know. I just feel bad about that because can you imagine how brave that woman has to be? I mean, she does look masculine. I have to admit that. I mean, sometimes we just never know the whole story, you know what I mean? That's why we should be open and admit to our mistakes. Like good old waiter there. You'd think. Like, I don't understand how a human being can be so ignorant. Like, hey, bud, you're the one that says you believe in God. If you think God likes lies And well, if you think I'm a big old fibber and I'm living in a delusional world, Wade, you as a good godly man should let me know. You should be able to like have me up on your show and put me in my place, but every time that happens, I'm irrelevant. I don't understand that. Thing is, what if I'm relevant with God and you choose to be fucking irrelevant to yourself? Like, Wade, if anybody should be trying to get with God, that's what I've been saying the whole time, bud. You're telling me you just never know when you want to make the change. Like, listen, buddy, your lies and bullshit have put a lot of people against me. You know what I mean? But you don't get that because you're not smart enough to figure it out. That Wade, you are that important to the world. Your actions can have consequences all throughout the world. You know what I mean? It's like the butterfly effect. You know what I mean, Wade? Should you be throwing bad things out to the universe, bud? Because, like, you have to be honest. Like, I totally believe in karma. I do. And I don't think it happens here, but you know what I mean? Like, we all know really, really bad people that really never had to pay a price for anything. They just got to live great old lives and do whatever they wanted. It's just kind of God, who knows? Maybe everybody's sleeping. There's one final judgment. You don't really know, Wade. That's why we should always be on our best behavior. That's what I've been trying to say, Mary. I would rather have him find God than catch his karma. I'd rather have him catch his karma in this lifetime than just in case. You don't know what hell is. You know what I mean? Unless someone out there knows, someone can let me know if it doesn't exist. But as long as I have it in my head, it exists. I don't want Wade to go there. But he doesn't get that. He'd rather hate me. He thinks he's better than Dagmar. He's the same person, same guy. Probably even more of a twisted mind. You know what I mean? Because Wade will actually put work into his hatred, whereas Johnny has to have it given to him. He just makes shit up all the time, throw it all over the place, but he don't go looking hard for it. I don't know. Mary, you in on this whole Upchurch Adam Calhoun thing? They're friends now. It's a whole rigmarole. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's funny it all got cleared up when they actually had to face each other. You know what I mean? But is it cleared up? Did did Upchurch just forgive Adam and Adam never get to find out what really happened? I don't know. It all seems so weird to me. It does. Like if you look at the timing and stuff and the way everything happened, and some of the things that Upchurch says that people don't pick up on. Like, "Hey, nobody was there for me when my mommy did all that stuff to me. Hey, when all this fucked up shit was going on with me. Hey, where were all you guys that said you were my friends?" And then he got all butthurt because he likes to think he's the king of independence. And then while Tommy went on a international roadshow of fucking big podcasts saying he was the only one in the lane, and that pissed Upchurch off, and Tom hangs out with Adam, so then it probably who knows? Yeah, that's what I think too, I don't know. I don't know, like like, I do think Adam act like a douchebag. I don't think he should be telling people he have pictures of their houses, or you shouldn't even be concerned of where they live, you know, if you run into them and You wanna have them back their mouth up, but even Kurt didn't get that. Like, Adam just wants to know why Upchurch started this shit, you know what I mean? You should have the right to know, especially when you tell your little fanboys to go after. You should have the right to know what he did, but he never got that right. Some slick dissing going on, I guess it was, they said. But I don't know. Adam said there was no slick dissing going on, but who knows? It's between them and God. I just know what I see. I see, like, and I don't want to say this stuff about Upchurch, but he's a crybaby little bitch. You know what I mean? Likes to play narcissist. Likes to he is a cult leader. I used to not think so, but I've seen him throw people, like, told Priest to go after Adam, so but who knows? Who knows? I'd like to see them all find Jesus. I mean, I'm sure it says he works for Jesus. Came down on a starship to show you regular folks how it's done, you know what I mean? You think he'd be doing something. He just sings and writes songs good, I guess. I don't think he knows that when you work for Jesus, you're supposed to fucking go right outside of yourself. He should be calling out Dave Grohl and Eminem and fucking all these little demon fucks running around with horns on their heads. But no, that's the way you go. He's gotta expose it. He tells everybody, "Hey, these other musicians don't care the way I do." Like, when you go to their concerts, they're fucking up your ears, and the lights will fuck up your eyes, and "Hey, Jonathan." Yeah, I'm trying to take him to God because 'cause I'm about to give up on him, okay? Like, "Jonathan, are you ever gonna be a man?" Like, these are things we need to talk about, bud. Are you gonna let Candace Owens be your savior, or are you gonna step up and be a man and say no? Huh? It's up to us, bud. What if it was up to us? What if, in order to save your soul, buddy, you had to make a choice? What choice would you make? Would you pick truth or little me? Which one do you want? Huh? Do you wanna stay goofing around or do you wanna live in the truth, buddy? Do you wanna live the way you should be living, or do you like the filth that Satan's provided for you? Are your communities looking good? Do you have methadone clinics in your town? Needle places, fentanyl all over the place. What's going on in your world, Jonathan? You got any 50-year-old men thinking they're 13-year-old girls? Having the choices between 3 showers, the one with the ding dongs, which you have a ding dong you can use, or there's a special confused one you can use, or should they use the girls' one? Well, I know I'm funny, Jonathan, but this is a real thing, bud. This is a real thing. Klaus Schwab is a real man, and him and his little cohorts own your brain, but you can take it back. You just need your own perception. Tell George Soros to take his philosophy of perceptions and shove them up his ass. Tell Bill Gates, you're not manifesting my life anymore. No more books. Stop your fucking writing now. We're not going to have this civil war you want us to have. We're not eating your lap meat, and we're not buying the cow farts or destroying the world. We want steaks in the future. Or Jonathan, do you want their bugs? Like, it's real, bud. They want you to have bugs so you get all your protein. You know what I mean? Save the planet, bud. But you only get your rations. Well, it just depends. Just depends, Jonathan, how special you wanna be, you know what I mean? What are you gonna identify as? What's gonna get you the best social score in order to get you the best money for the best drugs and the best video games? Well, the guy who wants that for you is living the life, but he owns everything, and you own nothing, and you're happy about it. And if you're not, well, hey, bud, did you ever look into that WHO treaty? Is it real? Like, I haven't heard about it for a while. Maybe I should look back into it or see what the status of that sucker is, eh? Hey, do you think we need a United Nations? Because they're pretty fucking stupid, bud. Like, what do you think? I see this all the time. Like, when the Ukraine-Russian war started, did you think to yourself, how could Ukraine possibly win this war? Like, did it even cross your mind, bud? But hey, like, why can't I keep any of you guys around? I start asking questions and you just flake off all the time. Jonathan, if you're still here, Google the Azov Battalion. Don't worry, they've dismantled them now. They put them throughout the regular army. I thought that's what they were fighting Russia over, freedoms and stuff like that. Instead, you have a result Azov Battalion. Fucking hates. Like, hey, Jonathan, I tell my psychiatrist this once. I'm like, hey, bud, I don't think this whole Ukraine thing's what you think it is. I know you think you're smarter than me, but hey, why don't you just go do yourself a favor? I said, why don't you go Google Bill Gates talks about Ukraine before Ukraine war and Google Azov Battalion before the war and Google it during because Zelensky tells you, oh, we disbanded them. We put them all amongst everybody else. But the guy funds, well, you have to look at the op. It's a whole rigmarole. It's a whole rabbit hole. But that guy who funds that little princess, or fucking Zelensky, the little actress, he's a funder of the Azov Battalion. Anyways, get back to my psychiatrist. I said, just Google this stuff, bud. I don't think Cole Zelensky's a good guy. And he goes, listen, Carl, he's a Jew. There's no way. And I looked at him, I go, hey, is there rumors that fucking Hitler was a Jew? You should have seen the disgusted look on his face. Get out of here. Still, no clue though. Like, doesn't fucking register in his fucking tiny little brain, and he thinks he has control of my mental health. All fucked up. He wants me to think that the Rocky Mountains don't exist too. That's the kind of crazy world you caught me living in, Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan, why don't you step out of your fear, bud? Come on, come to the light, bud. Come on, come on. Admit it. You love me, Jonathan. You want to be part of the team. You want to get in the truth, don't you, Jonathan? Come on, buddy. Fight your fears. Get on that crazy train, buddy. Come on. Chugga, chugga, choo choo, bud. Listen, it's up to you. There's going to be a choice. Hey, bud, what if I was the Red Kachina? And and little me was Satan. He's got Satan brain. And find which path, which who you walking down hand in hand with down the path, huh, buddy? If you had to bet your soul on it, who's the better person? Me or little me? Though me, because I wanna be just like Jesus, bud. You know what I mean? I want nothing but the truth, and wow. What do you think? Do you think if there was more people acting like me, Bill Gates would still be out on the streets? Klaus Schwab would still have a hold of your brain, and George Soros would be fucking perceiving your money the way he does. You know what I mean? When do we pull together, Jonathan? When do you just let your fear go, bud? You know I'm chosen, bud. You know it, you know it, you know it, you know it. Don't be scared. We should learn together. Listen, come on, Jonathan. Come on, buddy. Join the light. You don't get it, do you? God's real, Jonathan. And you're gonna have to be a man if you want to join God's team, but you gotta be a man. You can't sit in this. I don't know what hurts you, Jonathan. I'll try and help you. What's got you hurt that you don't want to move forward in life? You like being stagnant at where you are. Are you living your dream, Jonathan? Do you know God? And are you serving your purpose? Come on, Jonathan. You could be the first one, but like I can't save you. You gotta do this yourself. And listen, I'm not asking you to follow me, buddy. I'm asking you to walk with me. Come on, buddy. Start a little gang. You know what I mean? Come on. And there's no leaders. We're all leaders, Jonathan. We all gotta say, you know what I mean? Make it so everybody has a voice. Come on, Jonathan. You're just chilling, eh, Jonathan? Well, that's the problem. Everybody's just chilling. You know what I mean? If you could take 10 minutes out of your day to save the children, would you do it? Huh? Would you take 10 minutes out of your day just for the children? Like, just in case their future is like, just in case their whole Epstein thing, but would you like to not put it to rest? We can find out who the bad guys are that were there. You know what I mean? Maybe we could band together and we could find out if this Jaguar Wright woman is on the level, you know what I mean? Maybe we could say, "Hey, we want you to let you know you can say whatever you want. We, the people, stand behind you. We won't let them hurt you the way they fucking do everybody else. We won't let them Julian Assange you." Or do we find out she's part of the show, Jonathan? We're not willing to find anything out, but I say this, Jonathan. Your FBI is fucking the world up, bud. It's time we do something about it. Like, can we start with the rest in the 51 or 52 that fucking rigged an election, saying a laptop didn't exist? But who fucking cares, right? We still don't know what was on the thing, so nobody has the right to know that. The guy who's running the country, his son, fucking. Then again, there's a diary too. We always talk about that. You know what I mean? Like that's real, Jonathan. There's a lawsuit about the diary. You know what I mean? Like, what do you care about, Jonathan? What do you want to talk about that you care about so we can have a conversation, bud? What is it you care about? What do you want the legacy of Jonathan Evans to be? Here lies Jonathan Evans. What do you want her to say? Come on, guys. Give me something to talk about. Come on. What do you guys want to talk about? Just want to talk about Jesus? Like, don't you think that's worth fighting for? We could even put all the Jesus stuff to rest. You know what I mean? Just tell all religions and everything. Let's come together. Let's find out what the truth is. Let's find out what's sitting at the Vatican. Let's find out what's sitting at other places. Maybe we all find out that maybe they're all real. Maybe they're all waiting. A lot of them are waiting for the same person to show up, Jonathan. You know what I mean? The Hopis. The Hopis, they're waiting for a white dude. I think they're waiting for the red Kachina. You know what I mean? And well, the Jewish people, they're waiting for the Mashiach. And the Christians are waiting for Jesus. And I don't know about a lot of the other ones. What's your take on Jesus, Jonathan Evans? Who do you think Jesus was? Or do you not care about? Are you an atheist? 'Cause I never got that. Like, hey, don't get me wrong, most of my life I grew up. I thought Jesus was the most ridiculous thing ever. I thought there was a creator. I was just like, oh, I just thought to myself, well, I'll always be truthful and you can't go wrong, right? That was always my philosophy, but I just didn't stand up for the truth. I knew the truth. I just didn't stand up for it. Do you think you have to stand up for Jesus in order for I think he helps you stand. Anyways, Jonathan, what do you think, bud? What's your takes on God? Think there's a creator? Do you think that he would use humans to pull off his dirty work using Satan's tools? Right now, Jonathan, you're one of Satan's tools, and I'm using you to bring a better world for you. You've got to want to make the change. Jesus is an OG. Do you think they're trying to portray him as a foot washer, Jonathan? Like a foot washer. I seen this thing. He's foot washing trans and he's foot washing. It's all like, what is going on? Like, when do we stand up and be like Jesus? That's what he said. Hey, you and me, I and you, let's get together and make a brand new you. You know what I mean? Repent, die, suffer, come back a bigger, better version of yourself, Jonathan, and you can take on the world. You know what I mean, bud? Look at me. You think I look ridiculous. I know I look ridiculous to you until the day I don't look ridiculous to you because you can't tell me what I'm saying is wrong. So sooner or later, someone's going to have to get a bud. You know what I mean? But hey, I've been willing the whole time. I think there's something wrong with my brain, Jonathan. Maybe the right side of it is it's got a little bit extra flaring up or something. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's a bloodline thing. Maybe you could trace me back to King David. Who fucking knows? I don't know what goes on in my brain, bud. That's why I want help. That's why I've always asked for help. That's why I've always said, hey, I know what I think is weird, but I know it's weird. I'm trying to bring my reality back into fucking focus, but when no one will talk to you and they're like, yeah, we're not talking to you about it. Oh, you should always be nice. Always. That's my wife. If a cop comes to you and says, hey, motherfucker, give me your ID, and you don't need a reason. I'm not giving someone like at least give me a reason, you know what I mean? But then when you give me the reason and I call bullshit, you should be able to show me the proof. But that doesn't happen in these days. Instead, my wife wants to fight about it. She's the fucking Gestapo. Fucking hail fucking Trudeau. See what I mean? They got people all mind fucked. They planted too many Cosmo magazines back in the past, Jonathan. Didn't realize it. Like, hey, you gotta figure it out. Hey, this is how you make your man do what you want. Hey, manipulate a motherfucker. Hey, women should want you for who you are, Jonathan, not for who they think they can make you be. You know what I mean? You got that special woman, Jonathan. Jonathan, do you think that that's smart? What is it about you people always wanting everybody to be gay? I don't, Jonathan, I don't understand. You guys are a weird little crew. Do you have a woman, Jonathan, or are you into men? Because Will has a woman, but for some reason he likes seeing men in women's underwear. That's the only way he likes to talk to them, actually. That's recorded. And well, Jonathan, if it's your birthday, he'll give you some fingers up the bum. He's a weird fellow. And then wants me to be homosexual. I don't know. But like he's all sorts of weird, Jonathan. Should you leave, Jonathan? Jonathan, you got a woman? You got children? Why will no one talk to me? Come on, guys. Come on. What do you want to talk about? Hey, Jonathan, why don't you Google Heyokas? Hey. Haskell, it's fucking going. It's going. You guys are fucked, Costco. I do love you because I don't think you even know. I don't even think you guys comprehend. Like when I see you guys operate, I'm just like, no sense of truth. How was the rally? How was the Trump rally? Was it good? Lots of people. That's the one I'm interested in. I want to find out if Trump's a good guy. Hey, Castro, did you know there's a video of him saying he knows who Anonymous is? Anonymous. He knows who it is. That's what he says in his video, bud. Want to talk some Trump? My earlier video, his nephew, I don't think he's I think he's a bad dude. I do. I do, honestly. Or he's just part of the show. Maybe he's just one big show, but what do you think of that, Cashville? Trump knows who Anonymous is. What if that Q stuff is real? What if I'm a knowing participant? But who knows? Maybe Trump's the Antichrist. A lot of people do believe that. But then again, why would you fucking worship a man? Shouldn't worship a president. You should fucking hold him accountable to his job because he works for you. But hey, you guys over there are smart enough to know that they told you a long time ago he's not competent for paperwork. But just let him keep running your country. Finger on the trigger. Not responsible for paperwork, but hey, look at these button Joe. He's really mad at Nancy Pelosi right now. Like, hey, Cashville, you like swinging, eh? What would you go to one of Nancy Pelosi's sex parties? Would you make Nancy one of your side chicks? Let her be your sugar mama. Like, she should say, "Hey, fuck." You should give the people a little bit of money back. You've made a killing off of these fucking insider trading, you know what I mean? But no, like, or would you be more into Paul Pelosi? Would you swing your hammer at Paul Pelosi there? Fucking Castro? Which way are you swinging, Nancy or Paul's way? You boys should get with Jesus. You guys have no concept of God. 'Cause if you did, you'd be big boys. You'd be like, "Hey, Carl, we know you're talking real shit, and as men, we know that we should actually do something." I know. Cashew likes to go all over the place. What do you think? Do you think everybody's playing hot potato with Castro? Do you think he does it to himself? I've seen he has another video out now. Hey, Jonathan, if you watch it, like, he's threatened to shoot at him, he's threatened. He's like it's like, I just didn't like, it's all sorts of, like do you guys keep track of your own shit that you say? Like, this is what I don't get. I never want anything bad to become between us, Bubba. Even though I said, "Hey, I want you to come to my house, and if you do, I ain't fighting you." And you're not leaving. What am I supposed to insinuate there, Jonathan? Right? Nashville, fucking I got a recording, I pulled a Johnny Tackford on Cash. I got a recording on him. Holy shit, Jonathan. He threatens to kill me. He threatens to sue me. He wants to be my friend. You should hear it. It's good stuff. Just to get me to conform to what he wants me to be. All because I was repeating shit that was on the internet. I was like, "Hey, Cashville, if this stuff is true that's been said about you, that makes you a pretty big piece of shit, bud, and it makes you into bad stuff. Can you tell me if it's true or not?" And he wouldn't answer me. Actually, he would answer me. He told me he was into it. It's I even somewhere, I don't keep track of shit, I should file it better, but yeah, he got mad at me for shit other people were saying. TOC said he was into child shit, Satanist shit, and got one of his artists and shit. Yeah, I just said, "Is it true?" Like, if I was Castro, I'd be asking that guy to get stuff off the internet. Like, his children can access that stuff. If it's not true, that's why it's important for me. Like, all these people who have said I've went after their children, I think it's really important for them to come back and say, "No, Carl didn't do that. He said I was a shitty parent for not protecting my children if there was a bad future coming for them. But instead, I took it upon myself to make Carl look like the shitty person saying shit about my children when he never ever fucking did." You know what I mean, Jonathan? It's a funny world like that. Like Danny the Man Parker, you should tell him, "Hey, you should come clean, bud." Rocco, he should, like, is there even hope for that guy, Jonathan? I've been thinking about trolling him pretty bad, but, like, I feel pretty sick to my stomach, but maybe if I start the video, I can get it to go, but anyways, I'm gonna go because I think I'm gonna go to bed. But you all have a nice night, and, well, finally, I get 4 people in here, and now I gotta let her go. Anyways, have a good night.